everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back today with an Easter card that I've made for my son. And today we will be using the silhouette. So what does our card look like for today? This is the card that we will be making. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. Okay everybody, so I'm going to bring up the supplies and we'll get started with making our Easter card. So now, when you go ahead and cut out your file, I decided I wanted to put an inside sentiment in here, and I used my print and cut to do that, to put this in here. So I've already gone ahead and put it in and inked my edges, and I inked the edges this time with the Stampin' Up! Rose Romance. So now what we need to do is go ahead and start putting our outside layers together. So now when you cut this out, you're going to use these pieces for putting on the card. When your file cuts, you will get something like this, and then this will be in the inside. So you're not going to use this piece to put on the card. You could if you want, but I'm going to do something different with these pieces because you know I don't like to waste things. So I've actually already kind of, because when it cut like so, and you took the negative space to put on your card. So I've already cut that off, and we're going to use that for something else. So, but before we go ahead and start laying everything down, I did use the print and cut feature because I wanted to take and have something inside this space. And this card actually cuts to, I believe it's a 4 1/4 or 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card. But for some reason, I couldn't get this on an 8 1/2 by 11 sheet of cardstock, and I have no idea why. I don't know what was going on, so I just cut it out with a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. But anyway, so I couldn't do my print and cut the way I wanted to, so I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to lay this layer on top of here and glue this down, and then the next layer will be this layer, and then you'll have your top layer. So let's go ahead and get some tape on here, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the tape on this. So I'm going to use the ATG gun, and I'm going to have to be very careful when I put this on here because I got to get this even to match this up. So I'll get tape across there and tape across there. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this down, and I think I better bring this closer to me, and we'll start at the top. And it's okay if I don't get it exactly even. I just want to make sure that my wording is in the right place, and naturally I didn't get it on there even, but as I said, that's okay. We'll just cut that off because we don't necessarily need that. I just wanted to make sure I got this within here. So I'm going to go ahead and take my X-Acto knife and cut off the pieces that I didn't need. So I'll be off camera for just a moment while I go ahead and cut these extra pieces off, and then I'll come back on camera. So as I said, it doesn't have to be exactly even, because what you're really going for is to get the wording within that space. And like I said, I did start off trying to do this the way I'm trying to do it now. But you also have to realize that when you put your wording on, your wording will actually end up coming out on here. And this is the piece that's going to be cut out, and you're not going to use this for the front of the card. So that's why I did it the way I did it. So as you can see, I've got it on there now. So now we'll go ahead and we'll add the next layer, which is going to be this layer. And this goes on here like so. So we'll just get some tape along our edge of here. And then we'll add this piece onto the, and then we'll move on to the next layer. So I'm going all the way around and getting my tape on the edges and along here. And we'll also get some tape along in here as well. And move my tape got another way. And then we'll add the next layer on top. So, and this should line up even when you put this on here. Your edges will. So, there we are. So now we've got that layer. And then we'll put the final layer, which is going to be this layer right here. And then you'll have all of your 3 pieces laid out. So we'll get some tape on this one. And along the edge here. And then we'll get some tape along this edge here and along here. And I'm going to put some tape in here too. So I think I've got enough tape on there. And then once again, you're going to line it up and line up your edge. And then you can line up along here and up at the top. And then you can press down. And I got a little tape there, but we can get rid of that. Okay, so now we've got our front part of our card, or our front layers. So then what you'll do is just go ahead and lay this on top of your card, like so. So I'm going to get some tape on this, and let's see, do we want to pop this up? Nope, we're going to pop up our grass and our fence. So I'm just going to get tape on the back of here. And be careful when you're doing this, because remember that piece of paper that I have with the wording is actually just some regular printer paper. So you want to be, if you're going to do that, be careful when you're putting your tape on if you're using an ATG gun, because you don't want to pull too hard and rip the paper. So now I'm just going to lay this down on my card. Make sure I'm laying it on the right way, because I did put something on upside down the other day, and even though I use a lot of tape, I was able to get it off and put it back down. So now I have the front of my card. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my embellishment. So now I did cut out the grass, and the grass is from Bird's Cards, and I'll put the link down below. So we're going to add this on the front of our card, and I want to kind of come up a little bit because I want the grass to be peeking out above the fence. And here is our fence, and our fence is going to go right about there, like so. So we probably need to move the grass down just a little bit. Like there. And I do have some more pieces here. So So what I'm going to do is, while I'm playing around with this and deciding how I'm going to lay this out, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to come back with the finished card and my envelope. Okay, everybody, so I am back with the finished card, and this is what the card looks like. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see it. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and put one of the little wiggly eyes on the front here, and actually I might want to move that up a little bit. I'm going to leave it where it is. Okay, and then I've added my grass, and I've also gone ahead and put down my fence, and I kind of popped the fence up with some foam tape. And then over here on the side, I decided to give our little bunny a tail, and what I used to make his tail was just a cotton ball. I just cut it up and kind of balled it up in my fingers, and then I just glued it down. And then I went ahead and stamped out Happy Easter here up at the top. Now for my envelope, as I said, I took the cardstock that cut out for the shape of the bunny, and I put all of that together, and then went ahead and add a little wiggly eye, and then I took another piece of the cotton ball and added that as part of his tail, and then I've gone ahead and made an envelope box. And this I learned how to do. I put the link down below where you can go to use your envelope punch board to make an envelope box. There, you just put in your measurements, and it tells you where to score and where to cut on your punch board. So what I did was cut out a 9 1/8 by 9 1/8 sheet of paper, and then I went ahead and I scored it at 3 3/8, and then I moved it over and scored it at 4 7/8, and then you flip the paper around to the other side and score again at 3 3/8 and 4 7/8, and then you follow those lines to cut out your the rest of the measurements to do your envelope box. And I will also put the link to the video where I learned how to do this, so that if you want to make your own envelope boxes, you can. I'm so glad that someone came up with how to put in the measurement to get the size box that you need. And I'll probably stick to this size because that way I can add lots of dimension. And when I mail my cards, I usually put them inside another box when I have to mail them. Now this paper that I use, you notice it has spells out Happy Easter. This paper is from an old paper pack that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. It's the Paper Studio All Seasons paper pack. So it has different paper in here for different holiday seasons. So that's it, everybody. This is my Easter card that I've made for my son for Easter. And also, I'm going to be sending him, as usual, his chocolate bunny. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.